All right. Hello, SpeedGaming 2. We're here again with more like the Fast Randomizer Casual Boots Tournament action. This is Group N between Moocow1980 and Close2Spectacular. I am Shinmaru in the commentary booth, and with me today is Arya Stark2942. How are you doing today, Arya?
I'm doing well, Shin. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited for a good race today.
Yeah, absolutely. This match here in Group N, both Close and Moocow looking for their first win here in group play. Obviously, this is the last week of group play before bracket, so every match counts, and this has been a pretty tough group to be in to begin with. I mean, you got Brogor at 4-0, Doomtap at 3-2, two very experienced players, but you got a couple players here in Close and Moocow who have improved a lot in a very short period of time.
Nice bombs. Start off with, always good. Don't have to farm for bombs or bonk for them or anything like that.
That's how we know it's a real Kaz boot seed. You get those bombs that you don't need for the back of escape right away.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw Moocow side gets to dash and Close, dash through those bushes with that totally real sword before you got the actual real sword from Uncle.
And yes, this is a casual boot, so the casual preset is you start with a sword, you do the escape sequence, and the boots just means starting boots. So yeah, you start with a sword and boots. The game is playable from the beginning.
Yeah, both players picking up the Cane of Burna from the Uncle drop down area. Not bad to have. Yeah, not a regular standard seed, so that's not their only weapon here for this escape sequence.
Yes. Yep. So 10 arrows in the map chest.
Yeah, nothing really major to write home about early on. Obviously, the small key is going to come up within the next 3 checks.
Yep. Gotta be careful. 1 heart. These enemies can still be dangerous when you're just starting the game off with green mail, 3 hearts.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of different strategies folks have for approaching those rooms. Coming up with one that works fairly reliably for you is always a good thing to learn as you're just picking up the game. Mookow's gonna opt for...
And to answer a question in chat, this MSU you're hearing is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Retro Collection, made by Moocow himself. This is all, I believe it's a mix of Super Nintendo and NES. I can't remember if it's Super Nintendo only or a mix of Super Nintendo and NES. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video games.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure, but yeah, as you noted, Moocow made it himself. He's really skilled at making MSUs. I've used a few of his myself, and they're really great.
Yeah, this is one I like a lot.
And just a piece of heart there in Zelda's Cell. Both players on the lower end of health after some unfortunate guard RNG. Wisely opting for those pot strats. Just don't die in the escape sequence.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes escape can be loaded. Today does not look like one of those days, but back escape could prove me wrong.
Yeah, we know we're going to find a small key here in Dark Cross. Map is still out there as a possibility. Yeah, but not even that much in terms of resources. I mean, that trio of bombs at the outset, a couple of 20 rupees.
Yep. Not sure what happened there. It felt like Moocow had the lineup for the key dash, but I guess maybe just off by a little pixel. Oop. Oh, yeah, bumped off the mark for close.
Yeah, nice key dash there by Moocow, though. Setting up along that wall. Alright, back of escape. Map. 10 more arrows. Another piece of heart. Outstanding. Outstanding loaded escape here. Just do too much good stuff, game.
Alright, well, 300 in Sank Chest. That's something, at least.
Yeah, we'll take that, especially Kaz boots. Again, you love to be able to get as much out of that South Shore trip with the possibility of water walking with the boots. Getting that early 300 makes it easier to potentially not have to orphan Zora.
I counted correctly. I believe that was our third piece of heart, so you gotta be wary of the piece of heart count too when you go to South Shore. Just to make sure you don't get that awful fourth piece of heart in Waterfall. Very without a moon pearl.
Okay, just 20 rupees. I saw red.
Yeah.
It was initially only a little bit. I'm like, could it potentially be Samaria? No, it's not that interesting. Close is heading.
Oh, Close must have realized I forgot to do. There's the hammer. The mushroom spot.
Yeah, nice free hammer. We'll take that. We saw that the crab drop was nothing of real importance. That secondary tree pull that Moocow got was just single rubies. And we setting up a hula hand here on Close's side.
Yeah, interesting play to start. Might be angling to do a cactile at the start as well. Maybe trying to get a bottle or flute. Or nope, going straight to cact from the bottom. Just have to hope they do not decide to skip those Lost Woods checks.
Yeah, for certain. And yeah, and unfortunately for Close, we see that second 300 pop there and blindside along with the blue mail. So, and the hook shot.
Yeah, that's always the danger of hula hand. You don't know if you're gonna get a free 300 somewhere. He's close, at least from underneath. Okay, and let's say we got red pendant, eastern blue pendant, desert, and red crystal at Hera. And that check.
So we're going to be seeing a lot of the Dark World dungeons here.
And this bottle location definitely in Close's favor unless Moocow finds another bottle. Cack that makes not going back to Bottle of Ender a pain. Not Bottle of Sick Kid a pain. Oh my god, it's all the money just everywhere. Cack.
And
the flutes. I guess the bright side is that flute wasn't in blind, so that's always like the really annoying thing for me whenever I do the approach cack from underneath route.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like I want to save and quit in blind side. I don't want to come back out again. Thank you. Although this case we don't want close to. Although with the flute, it's probably not that bad if he saves and quits. You can just do those Lost Woods checks and flute away. Just to make sure he remembers them.
And Moocow picking up bombos in the chicken hut here. Interesting collection of early game items.
Yeah, lots of money. Unfortunately, well, I guess it doesn't really matter because Moocow's gonna get that bottle a little later. It's a little unfortunate because he'll get those 10 bombs from Sick Kid at some point, but I mean, he's got so much money, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
$50 for 10 bombs is the pittance to him right now.
Yeah, but with that early flute, hammer, hook shot, there are a lot of options, and it's so easy to knock out the rest of these, the South Shore area kind of checks before maybe making a commitment up to the mountain too.
Yeah, you definitely got options. I feel like if you're delaying the mountain, you're probably hoping for nits before you go up there. I wouldn't be surprised to find our Moon Pearl up on the mountain. So I can see either play.
That flute makes it easy for Moocow to come back and check the bottom. And unfortunately get what turns out to be, as you mentioned, those superfluous 10 bombs here. All right.
Yes, answer a question in chat. So, answer a question in chat. So if you get a bee in a bottle and it's the little kind of sparkle on the bottle, you can release the bee near the bottle vendor and he'll give you $100. Ice Rod in the dam. No Ice Rod hunts today.
Free ice
or at least
rod.
no ice. Yeah. At least no Ice Rod hunts. There could be a medallion Ice Rod hunt.
And a bow. All right.
So,
pendant Eastern, anybody?
Yep.
Rush pendant Eastern. Interesting that Moocow's gonna dash to this area to check that ledge.
Yeah, I'm definitely a serial Agena checker with boots, but with flute, it's very easy to just flute over here at any time. So the dashing over feels a little bit slower, but maybe you just put it off if you don't. Maybe you just put it off forever if you don't just dash over there. So I get it. Hey, it's required.
Yeah, thoroughness very much rewarded, and yeah, I agree with you. Especially boots and flute. Let's not leave those like potential stray checks. Most of the time, it's not going to pay off much of anything, but situations like this, you leave it off because, hey, the rest of the South Shore looks really attractive, the mountain looks really attractive, and all of a sudden you're last locating your glove.
Oh yes, I see someone in the chat mentioning yesterday's race between GFE and I believe it was Mr. Angerpants. That was definitely I watched the VOD of that after. It was definitely is definitely a seed for sure.
I did not happen to catch that one. I caught the first matchup between those two, which was also very much a seed. GFE's played a lot of seeds in this tournament, it seems.
Yep. Yes, I've read. I've read his recaps. So Close got their bow and ice round from Dam. Now they're getting a bunch of money and stuff from Minimal Learn Cave.
Yeah, I think there was maybe a bottle with a blue potion.
Oh yeah, blue bottle. Yeah, that's very nice to have. Oh, and bombs, who can forget those? You gotta be careful. Yeah, one hit KO. Well, not quite one hit KO with a blue mail, but getting hit by those crabs, even blue mail still hurts. Still do a full heart of damage.
And just a heart on Lake Hiley Island, so likely not going to see that get picked up. Moocow gonna jettison the bee, see what we can get here on Waterfall Ferry. Yeah, that's probably
potion. Okay.
And
that's exactly what you wanted. Oh, if you're Moocow, you're definitely happy you put off the mountain. Now you're really hoping you find Pearl up there.
Yeah, and really maximize what we can get out of it, because that's most certainly the most attractive option by far.
I didn't catch what was on Sorrelage. Did you?
I did. I think it was inconsequential. I could be wrong.
Okay. Now, Close is definitely in an interesting position here because obviously that glove is out of logic for them.
Yeah.
Until they find flippers. So they have to be thinking there's going to be there has to be another glove out here somewhere or flippers. And I think for their sake, we hope the flippers are a little more buried. Or else those mitts might prove elusive.
Yeah, that has the potential to be problematic. Moocow gonna give us a look at Saha here. I like this, having been personally burned by Saha.
Yeah.
Green Pendant Thieves. Alright.
Yeah, getting the last piece of information. Don't hate it. And yeah, if you find Pearl up here, I like this just as a preventative measure, just to make sure Pearl's not hiding here before you go to the mountain.
That's Close as fluted back to 8. Looks like he's going to try to establish another water walk.
Yeah. Wonder if they feel more comfortable water walking than fake flippering. It's like all they really have left is that man in the bridge check. Just still out of logic. Oh, good, a mushroom.
Thank you, Gary.
Interesting.
All right. Interesting. Moocow immediately going to follow up on that mushroom. Just a trio of bombs. Yeah, Close trying to set up a fake flipper here. Off there we go. The hobo ledge. Yeah, but unfortunately,
I think they're I think they're forgetting a little bit. You can't use items while you're fake flippering.
So Close is gonna follow Moocow's lead at least to Saha. Moocow now up on the mountain. That's a decent amount of stuff he can do. Oh, hello. Okay.
Oh, those flippers. Ooh, those are some dangerous flippers. I think Moocow suddenly very thankful that he got that glove from Regina before finding those flippers.
Yeah, absolutely. So it will be interesting to see where Close heads from this point. He's going to flute out of the eastern area. Obviously, desert would be best. All right.
Interesting. I don't think this is a play I would have made with the whole of the mountain available, but I mean they're going to get rewarded.
Yeah, but, you know, we've seen both players be very thorough thus far.
Yes.
And this is a seed that has definitely rewarded thoroughness.
Yep. Yeah, I think. Well, Moocow couldn't have gotten in that way without the mirror anyway. Yep, they're the mitts for Close.
Yeah, but those mids pickups are pretty huge for Close here. So as we said, he could have very easily, especially if Pearl is up here, you know.
Yep.
Not been picking those up for a long time. So.
Yep.
Yeah, the mirror.
Oh, nice mirror.
I mean, it does open up the possibility for one of folks' favorite Pearl locations in Checkerboard Cave.
Yeah, because that's the one thing that could have drawn Close to back to Agina. As if had a funny old desert Pearl or checkerboard Pearl. Yeah. Well, these runners positions, I would definitely be hoping for Pearl on the mountain.
Yeah, it would open up so much and lessen the chance of having to make an extraneous mountain trip later too.
Yep. Because at least in Moocow's position, they know that TR is a crystal now. Because of talking to Saha, so.
Both of those suggestions for Pearl locations. We need to find a fire source for those hilarious Moon Pearl locations, though.
Obviously, okay. Lamp in checkerboard. There we go. Easy. you wanted your pearl on the mountain? Well, the monkey paw ready to curl.
Very nice. Moldworm fight there by Moocow with the hammer.
Yep.
Is that only one item?
These checks in. I don't remember. Too busy meeting.
I know it was. I know it was 10 arrows in the
chat. Yeah, chat. It's like chat saying item in the basement. Fortunately, inaccessible for the moment.
That's always fun.
Yep.
Leaving it when you intentionally skip it is bad enough, but when you're forced into skipping it because the fire sources were nowhere to be found.
Yep. Yeah, that always feels pretty bad. What?
Spiral Cave was not the answer. Close gonna make use of that mirror pickup though.
Or are we getting a... Okay, no, that's... Not sure where... Not sure what Moocow has left up here.
I thought that he was thorough.
Yeah.
I mean, he could
I guess maybe they
open
missed
this
the
portal and just check
see
the
what.
medallion.
Oh, you know what? I don't hate this. I don't hate this.
Yeah, I mean, you've already, you know, again, if you have to check,
nice idea,
if you have to check the Dark Death Mountain checks before TR later prospectively, having that knowledge, is something.
It's actually, I actually like this play a lot. Can't open it. Well, can't open it, but at least he knows.
I mean, with Mirror and Flute, you can at least get out of here.
And that was Bombos, the TR medallion, which we do have on our hands right now.
Oh, so Mookow's gonna aim to Super Bunny Cave. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you can still use the mirror, I think, as a bunny, so it'll be a little faster to go the rando way.
All right, I'm very entertained by this play now. Nice.
You know what? Sure. Sure. You know what? Sure.
Free sword and that arrow, which is pretty great.
Yeah, that very, very offensive arrow.
Alright, Moocow, what is the play now?
Interesting. Eastern over... I know Moocow is a newer player. Maybe they're not thinking of like Mitts and Mirror and Flute opening up Desert Mire area immediately. Or maybe they're just following the bow.
Yeah,
it's Eastern, I guess. Maybe they're just friends. They're doing it for Gil. Old Gilgamesh in the chat.
You know, that's completely understandable. Also, King's Tomb is a check that's been open for a while. That feels like it's kind of might just be sitting there for longer than necessary. Who would ever forget King's Tomb? No, nobody.
Yes, yes, that is true. We have King's Tomb available to us. Yeah, Checkerboard, Desert. I think we already saw Desert Ledge, or there was nothing.
Yeah. Close, meanwhile, did use a hammer to destroy Moldorm, as one should do. Yeah, I missed what Moocow picked up in the first item in Eastern. Was that anything? Or first chest, I should say.
I don't believe so.
I know it was a dungeon item in the second one.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get some more setting bombs for that mushroom turn in.
Well, it doesn't look like we got all the items, or else Cal would be leaving, I think. Unless we did get an item and we maybe miscounted.
Well, he must have gotten the big key in the first chest. So
okay. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
He's picked up a map, and yeah.
Yeah, Eastern not the logical answer, at least. We don't. This is not in logic yet. We do not have a lamp.
Yeah. Close headed back up the mountain, but he realized that he doesn't have anything there right now, so it looks like he's gonna follow Moocow's lead to Eastern.
Yeah. And get Close, also a newer player. This is going to using a Mitz flute mirror to go to Iron Desert area. Maybe not the most intuitive thing immediately when you start playing the game.
No, and also you sometimes have to see the situations, and again, the Pearl and Checkerboard is very memeish and entertaining. Yeah. So if you've seen it before, sometimes you get the opposite reaction that perhaps the newer players might have, and like, oh, that's funny, and check that first. Yeah, but the options are, again, super limited right now. Checkerboard, King's Tomb, and maybe 1 or 2 items in Desert.
Yep. Yeah, I think this is Moocow having to think like, oh, what have I missed? What am I not thinking of right now? And this is definitely a bad feeling as a runner. You're like, oh, what have I overlooked? What am I not thinking? What option am I not thinking of?
Yeah, and again, like prioritizing the mids checks in this seed in particular, when you're finding a few of the things, including one of the gloves at one point, out of logic.
Yeah,
sometimes it's easy to lose track of the logic of how the seed actually wanted you to pick up things.
Yeah. There you go. Looks like it's coming to mind now. I'm just gonna check Checkerboard first. Oh, there we go.
Oh, no hesitation in picking up that fillet in Checkerboard.
Yep. Looks like a Desert's going to be our progression. Whether it's a lamp, which is definitely the comedy option. Although, no, well, you don't like.
There's still King's Tomb.
That sword was extremely out of logic. Oh, it also does, yeah, King's Tomb, yes. That sword is. I forgot that sword is extremely out of logic.
Close. I believe. Yeah. Okay. I think he.
No, Eastern bosses don't have an item. There was item in I think that's the compass chest. No, it's not the compass chest. Whatever that top chest before the Eastern big chest is. Eastern big chest had the boomerang, and big key chest had 10 rupees, I believe.
Yeah. Close here, surveying the options that he's got left.
Maybe remembering King's Tomb.
Yeah, I think he might. Yeah, I might have saved and quit to get to Sank.
Yep, Sank start. Yep.
Yeah, again, that's one of those things where when you have a little more experience, you turn in that. You have mitts, you have flippers, you turn in the mushroom. You can just hop across the water there to get to this a little bit quicker without needing to save and quit. But again, that just comes with playing a little bit more.
No.
Right.
Okay. So what our predictions going to be? It's going to be here on right side. It's going to be in the vanilla. It's going to be in the big key chest. Well, actually, no. It could be on the. No, it can't be on the boss. We don't have no fire source.
No. Why? Game.
Cool. Good video game.
Oh, game.
Video game, please.
Not like this game. Alright, is there any other tortured things that could get added to the pile to prolong the entry into Dark World here? Fire source to beat desert? Or did he get 2 items there? I didn't see if he got the first one.
The shovel was the second item. The first item was a heart container on the torch. And there we go. There's our stupid moon pearl.
Well, now Moocow can go and do things.
Yes. The world is his oyster.
So that's a fun logical sequence, right? You get one glove in Agina, you go up the mountain to get the flippers to get the second glove. And the mirror, so they can mirror and get into desert and get your shovel to go get your moon pearl. Yep. Just clean line of actions right there, game.
Yeah, very obvious and intuitive. Close as definitely. I'm going to think over here again, like I said earlier, like not the most obvious thing to think. Like how many times do you? I mean, obviously you do flute and mirror and mitts to get to desert all the time. How often do you do? You always have pearl when you do it, so it's like not always obvious.
Yeah,
I should be doing this when you don't have the pearl. It's just like a different part of your brain thinking about that.
And Moocow checked out Hype Cave. It was not terribly hype.
Yeah.
He's gonna head to Pyramid here first. We'll see where he opts to go after this.
And was that Meyer as our...
Meyer is the other 5/6 along with Hera, okay. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to get a fan favorite here, Catfish.
Yes, I was thinking they could definitely pair Graveyard. Okay. Graveyard Ledge wouldn't have been awful to pair this either. It's just you have flippers. And also Moocow hadn't done King's Tomb yet, so I think that would have been nice to pair with this as well. Just kind of get a whole row of really bad checks out of the way.
Close, meanwhile, back into Eastern. He's taking aim at the Outermost Knights. Obviously has no fire source, so this dark room can be tricky for sure.
rewarded with a half magic from the catfish.
I mean, definitely gonna take it. And you know, Moocow was a little bit fortunate; did pick up that second sword out of. Yeah, super bunny stuff's still technically out of logic, even though you can do it. And a good job there by Close making use of that Burna, and I think he might have used one of the green potions to get through that room. Again, it can be tricky the second the Igors get off where you're intending to have them set up. Things can get a little hairy, but he did a very good job. Again, the positive here for both these players is this seed was so front-loaded with money that even if they do need to buy potions later, they're going to be fine. And they do have that blue from the other bottle they picked up. Close is out of arrows here on Armos, though.
Yep.
So breaking burnout again. Breaking burnout again would be good here.
You definitely do not want. You do not want to be using hammer for this. This is one. It's not the word, but it's still pretty rough. I think Fighter Sword actually does just as much damage. I'm pretty sure. Because the Armos have like really weird.
Yeah, their damage tables. They are strange. Now that is pendant on the board for Close. If we get to a situation in which we might need pedestal, you know.
Yeah, and hopefully they've had enough time to think and like, okay, maybe recognize that desert is an option. Flute is coming out. See that flute to 6. While Moocow heads into Skullwoods. Saying, I do not want to deal with this mummy room at all. Be gone, mummies.
I mean, after having to deal with that Moon Pearl sequence, it's totally fair. I would not have patience for those Gibdos either. Yeah, so again, Moocow's been very thorough here. He's going to swipe this key, probably head to the front. Does have a couple of crystal dungeons that are completable right now. Well, Close, I think, is still trying to think through these potential options.
Yeah.
Oh, right, and Space is noting that Close often doesn't use a map tracker either. So as you noted, this whole thing with Mitts, Flute, Mirror, but no Moon Pearl, not necessarily hyper intuitive.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, the answer, Close has to, is I have to go to desert, get the shovel, to get the pearl from the shovel. Yep. And there's Samaria from Skullwoods.
Yeah, that is a nice find for Moocow there. Again, when he's going to have to come back once he gets Fire Rod to beat Moth, but picking up that Samaria is going to make Ice Palace in particular a lot nicer. We'll see how things line up for the other dungeons prior to that.
Okay, maybe seeing that desert pendant will jog Closes, and we're like, oh. Maybe access desert.
Yeah, I remember one thing that definitely tripped me up when I was starting was the hookshot access to West Dark World.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
When you
That's
if you
definitely
flipper,
one I see. That's definitely one I see a lot of newer players asking about a whole lot. They see there, they say, "Oh, why is all this stuff on my map tracker green?" And that's something you think about accessing West Dark World by a hookshot.
Moocow picking up that red mail. We'll see how far he opts to go here in Pendant Thieves Town. Again, Swamp, Ice, fully clearable, and now with that Samaria Ice. Hey, plus the half magic, even without Fire Rod, that definitely has to feel way more comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, no, flew to 4.
Just one item.
Unfortunately, sorry.
Oh no, it's just saying just one item here in the front of Pendant Thieves, and Moocow is going to the back. Yeah, but obviously this probably does not feel good for Close here. And again, we've all been there where we get locked up in things and aren't exactly sure what it is. But I do like the fact that he is, trying options.
Yep.
And hopefully he
Literally
can.
just had that experience this morning. Okay, pulling out that flute again. Let's see that flute. Oh, there we go. Flute to 6.
Yep. All right. And just make sure we're careful about the bird.
Yes. Go away, bird. Oh,
Oh
that's
no!
fine.
Get that mirror out.
Get up there. Get up.
Get that mirror.
Get that mirror out.
Mirror.
Get the mirror. Get away,
Mirror.
bird.
Oh.
Get the hell out of here. Get away.
Bird, why?
That's right. You had the right idea.
Yeah, I think he's got it now.
Like that bird, if you're having trouble getting away from that bird, because the Super Bunny movie will feel pretty slow. Like mirroring just to get that bird off your screen, the murder bird off your screen. Good play, or just let it fly off on its own volition. So, from just looking at the tracker correctly, it doesn't seem like Cal's found a whole much of anything in Green Pendant Thieves thus far.
No, nothing of real value. Yep, Close given some thought after checkerboard, but yeah, I think he's on the right track. There we go.
All right, this is where Close needs to be in desert. There we go. And just a piece of heart from flying and the green pendant.
Alright, so Moocow still has these checks here below village. I would guess, given the thoroughness, that he's probably going to loop the smith chain here into it.
Yep.
And that could lead him directly into Swamp Palace.
Yep. Just $50 from the game. Kind of starting up the smith chain. And now Close going to get the shovel that will lead them to their stinky moon pearl. Like, how would you be feeling if like you spent all this time trying to figure out how to get over here, and then you just get that shovel?
Somehow worse than when I normally get the shovel. Close was considering going to kill Landmo, but no fire source.
Yeah, no fire source. Yeah, unfortunately, no fire source, no Landmo.
Good job there by Close again, sticking that out. You know, trying things again.
Yep.
Might not immediately come to mind, but you know, he didn't throw in the towel or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would have been very easy and understandable to just like say, "Oh, I'm not getting it." I think I saw like Ty Various saying in the chat, this is the kind of thing you go through once and then you remember it forever. Mm-hmm. And there is the pearl for Close2Spectacular.
Yeah, we did see Moocow picked up Quake from the Smith, yes. But I did not see either player prioritize given the glimpse at Meyer medallion.
Yes.
I'm sure they might have glimpsed it, but I did not see it.
Yeah. I think might have been able to see it on closest screen. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying enough attention. But yeah, Moocow definitely did not see it. Pretty sure. So Moocow taking advantage of a fun glitch. She could just run straight to turn in the purple chest and mirror. And the game still thinks you have that purple chest with you. Just mitigate some of that slowness of turning it in. Hey, another sword! Wow.
Well, that feels even better heading into swamp and ice here for sure.
Yep. Yeah, definitely not unhappy to find that.
Close was sitting on one heart for this entire time in Dark World thus far. Buys a potion. So yeah, we're gonna get our first look at swamp.
Yeah, swamp. Yeah, what are we actually looking for go mode? Right now, we definitely need fire rod, and unknown medallion. It looks like.
Yep.
Not a whole lot's missing right now.
Lamp is somewhere in the seed.
Yep. I'm
Will
sure
we
it's
find
somewhere
it?
very free, very easily accessible. I'm sure it's not buried somewhere stupid.
I question, chat, whether Moocow will do left side swap. In this case, I would be highly tempted to skip it.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I would have thought about doing ice first in this situation, even though purple chest sets you off like right next to. I mean, I probably wouldn't even done the smith chain at all, really. But I mean, they were rewarded with a sword, so ultimately not a bad decision. But I think ice before this sort of a deal, just to bring a little more clarity. That potential question. Hey, this is Kazu's tournament. Specky Cliff is allowed.
There we go.
Very fine Specky Cliff right there.
Yeah, Moocow is currently up 2 swords. He Super Bunnied Super Bunny K for 1. Got that third one off the purple chest. We'll see what's close ops for here. Again, just finding one item in the front of thieves never feels great, but he's going to opt to head to the back as well. And honestly, if you're like metagaming this seed here, you know, obviously Close had that tough situation trying to figure out what was his logical means to get Dark World access. He could very easily be thinking, hey, my opponent would not have come and done the back of thieves. It could be a situation with an opening, but we did see that on Moocow's side in this occasion.
Yeah, unfortunately, getting bumped. Oops, little trouble. So yeah, that's yeah. So Moocow doing left side swamp here. Specky or Specky. Wow, I'm just thinking about that clip too much. Close going through Pendant Thieves. $20. And the big key, cool.
TBD.
And just a piece of heart. Yeah, so Moocow remembers he can actually, still got a spare key, so he can actually skip a key in the back before the boss room. Save himself some annoying swimming. So far, yeah, nothing really showing up in Swamp.
Close does have to be careful here. He does still have that blue potion. He's gonna pull it out.
Nope.
Just pull out Burna, spike kill, blind. There you go.
There you go. Moocow gonna have a spare swamp key for life.
Even in retro modes with like universal smalls, I still fall into the muscle memory in Swamp Palace. Like you can bypass all these, so it's like, but what if I pick them up instead?
Those keys are $100 a pop. Okay, taking down Argus. Unfortunately, yeah, nothing in Swamp.
Yeah, totally barren. Close does have 2 pendants on the board now. Looks like he's also going to opt to do the Smith chain into these other checks, but we did not see Hype Cape on Close's side, I believe.
Alright, this looks like a trip to the potion shop. Oh, never mind. Realizing, wait, I'm fully stocked up on good potions, unless they just want another blue instead of, yeah. Want a nice blue instead of that green. Understandable. Yeah, this is definitely looking like a Swamp or Ice Palace.
Yeah, again, Moocow's in a better spot to handle this immediately than Close is. Again, those 2 swords advantage plus the half magic that he got off of Catfish.
Yep. So after this, pod is fully clearable, if not exactly comfortable for a new runner without Fire Rod or Lamp. Mire, potentially clearable, depending on what the medallion is. We saw Mire Shed outstanding. Dark Death Mountain still a thing. Oh, there's Fire Rod, never mind, okay. That is potentially go mode depending on what medallion is. And of course, depending on runner's comfort with dark rooms. Mire, definitely very tricky dark rooms. Pod can has some very annoying dark rooms.
Yeah, certainly, especially Pod, certainly better having picked up that Fire Rod, though.
Yes.
Dark Turtles especially can be tricky.
Yeah. And if you get a nice early big key, you don't have to worry about Dark Maze at all. Gotcha. Icebreaker going right here. Don't mind some extra clearing in here, obviously. Yeah. Unfortunately, I had not checked. They neglected to check Mire medallion earlier. Don't want to leave behind an ether in here if you can help it. There's a second item, our powder. Ice clear with Icebreaker. Pretty quick. And this was the kind of the wisdom behind the I think that's why I would have chosen Ice over Swamp earlier, just because it's quicker to full clear this, and you can get yourself closer to go mode here, then you can just go mode Swamp, and it's a lot of time you save. That's the third item there, so okay, I can just go straight to the boss from here.
Yeah, I agree. If you have those two choices in a vacuum, for sure. Ice it's so easy to just knock out everything along the way with what Moocow has on hand right now. But as you mentioned, it's really a proximity thing too. Players' routes took them right next to Swamp. It feels awkward to go do something else when you're standing next to the dungeon.
And there's that fire rod making very short work. Cold stare.
Yeah, especially with that half magic, you can just sit there and spam it. Even if the puffs don't cooperate, it's not going to be. They're not going to be here much longer.
At the very least, I would expect Moocow to at least visit Mire area to see. Yeah, see what that Diane is. Again, don't know their comfort with Mire Dark Rooms, but I think visiting this, or at least see if you're in go mode. Maybe peeking Mire Shack for Mire Shack. Wow, I may have used chat for too long. Mire Shed. And yeah, that is go mode for Moocow. Impending comfort with these dark rooms. Although with hook shot and boots, there's a relatively easy way to get through the toughest dark room in Mire.
Yeah, again, especially when you're starting out, these rooms can be really daunting.
Yep.
But having different gear, having different strategies for these rooms is definitely helpful. And as you noted, like Moocow kind of has the optimal stuff to be able to deal with these dark rooms right now.
Yeah, speaking of optimal stuff, that mirror shield putting in work in that wizard room.
Yeah, you don't get to see that very often.
Nope.
Close, meanwhile, is in Swamp, which we saw on Moocow's side had pretty much nothing, unfortunately.
There we go. Yeah, dirty hoverers, Godmire. Yeah, and I don't mind. Yeah, quick check of the spike chest here, just in case you get a funny lamp.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, lamp can 100% be in Mire anywhere outside of Vitreous. I have definitely seen Mire lamp plenty of times. Pretty classic evil lamp location when you're still learning dark rooms. Like Moocow, yeah, demonstrating the bonk and hookshot method. Yeah.
Very well done.
Yep. Yeah, this one, yeah, just pull out the burner. You're probably not doing dark spooky here, so just getting through there. Your health intact.
And wisely
remember
you just didn't have to hit the switch. Yep.
I 100% failed at that very recently. Yeah, so check out Lamp Kid 100% being hookshot. There's a lot of
terrible spots.
Nice places Lamp could be. Yeah, there's a lot of nice places Lamp could be. There's a lot of awful places Lamp could be. Yeah, TR. Yep, I've definitely had a Lamp and TR big chest plenty of times. not all Dark Death Mountain. We did have Moocow check Super Bunny cave earlier as a Super Bunny. That's where the sword advantage Moocow has come from as well. So that tempered sword Moocow has was in Super Bunny cave.
Good job.
And yes, Samaria. To answer your question. Oh yeah, to answer your question, Chaz. Yeah, Samaria was in Skull Woods.
Good job there by Close using that bomb diver down strat. And this will be a little bit more of a grindy fight here against Argus. Being one sword down compared to where Moocow was. Moocow probably just going to go clean up Skull Woods right now.
Yep. Yeah, this is Moth. Always another potentially classic lamp location.
I think he got both items though.
Oh, both items. I don't know. Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, I think he got a junky item and then Samaria.
Okay. Well, there we go. No funny lamp on Moth today.
And one thing I did learn in this fight, if you're going to be using, that we're seeing on Close's side, if you're going to be using Master Sword on the puffs without the spins, just a rhythmic couple of slashes is more reliable to get in those couple hits, because sometimes if you spam the sword, it will just eat the inputs, overwrite it. So you wind up having to take 4 or 5 slashes where it only takes a couple.
Could lamp layout. You know what? Yeah, just pointed out in the chat. Yeah, with this item layout, lamp could 100% be on ped. So you
Yeah,
use
sure
fire rod to. Yeah, you could use fire rod to beat Eastern, and the big key was early, not fire lamp locked. It's unlikely, but possible.
Close did close out Swamp for crystal number 2 as Moocow here. This is 5th crystal dungeon here.
Yep.
If we can get Moth off the spikes, please, Moth.
Yep. There we go.
Thank you for that big key, Moth. We'll get right on checking that.
Yeah, and that's why the chat spamming the sword slashes on the Moth makes it a little bit tougher because you're kind of bouncing it around everywhere into the spikes, and when Moth gets running the spikes, it'll take no damage whatsoever.
Close is following Moocow's lead into ice here. Again, -1 sword and minus that half magic that Moocow picked up on.
And yes, and unfortunately, as pointed out in chat, Close also has no bombs right now.
Oh boy.
And no Samara either, so. And I don't believe at least his Panagators weren't giving up bombs.
They're just sitting in the rupee pack. Moocow's going to give us our first look here at Pod, though. See what kind of layout we get and how much he opts to check if that big key does come out early. Given his willingness to push Dark Mire, I think he would go.
Close. Realizing it on bombs, but actually this is not really going to work out that well because you need bombs to open up this in the first place. Oh, okay, hit the switch at the same time. There we go. Okay, I believe there's at least one bomb in here.
Yeah, I think it's only one, right? That one bomb there, plus the heart and the two magics. Uh-oh.
Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunately, I don't think you can kill these Stalfos without bombs. There's the big key. Moocow. Nice early big key. There you go.
Yeah, Close kind of stuck. Again, the one positive here, again, if we have... Yes, the game knowledge is you mirror out, go to the upgrade ferry, just buy some bombs.
Yep.
You come back in, you don't want to have to, but at this point... Although I do like the experimentation, seeing if we can kill these guys with various things. The answer seems to be no.
Might not know about upgrade ferry either. I think that's the kind of the first place you would go.
Yeah, and if not, maybe
oh,
flip to. Yes, there we go. All right.
There you go. Might as well buy arrows too.
Why not?
Honestly, yeah, I would kind of flip. I would think about doing Skullwoods here. Yep. So they're gonna be happy going to Skullwoods first. Piano. Make their way. Dark Turtles.
Nice.
There you go. Lighten the torch.
Honestly, learning that strat last year was like a lifesaver for that room.
Yeah. Yep.
You hear that clank, you immediately turn down and shoot the torch. Works a huge amount of time, and you don't have to play around with those turtles in the dark.
Yep. Man, the worst place to play around with them, in the dark.
It's long been said that's the case. Crystal number 6 from Moocow. Gonna head back up the mountain. Will be interesting to see if he does opt to check anything. Obviously, we do know that on his side, Super Bunny's already off the board. There's not terribly much he really could need at this point.
Yeah. Honestly, with Tempered, I really wouldn't expect. Gotta check much of anything. I think you probably feel pretty fine with what you've got.
Close is
So
heading
Close out of
straight to
magic
the back.
here.
Oh no. Oh no. And yeah, out of bottles. Well, I mean, it's not fast, but you can go back in and get the bombable wall for that full magic decanter.
Oh, yep, do it so you can do some digging.
It's a banner day for the shovel, boy, oh boy.
Up to, yeah. So, yeah, and then in the back of that mummy room, when you get the chest there, you on the wall. There's also a full magic available for you. Like a lot of players like to use that to top off their magic. And they're checking that chest.
And there's also... Oh, well, okay, nice drop.
Oh,
Thank you,
there
Beetle.
you go. Nice drop.
I was about to say, there's this small magic decanter in the vanilla big key room, or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
The room before the big key chest.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately you have to kill a couple of enemies first, or else those small magic cannons tend not to spawn.
Yeah, that's always fun.
I answered a question in chat. So yeah, Close2Spectacular is some struggle in the early run. I think they didn't quite realize that the path of the pearl they needed to take is pretty unintuitive for newer players. Not something you think about all that often when you don't have pearl. And then Moocow struggled a little bit too. Is basically kind of a lastest location for them as well.
Yeah, honestly, it was a situation in the seed for almost everybody. It's going to be last location or close to last location.
Yep.
Just given how everything played out, totally understandable. But yeah, close did have, so I think a few issues just trying to figure out exactly where to go, but due to that lack of intuitiveness. But did a good job sticking it out, and he's been following Moocow's footsteps for the most part. But the Moocow's been really thorough, and that thoroughness netted him Samaria, which is in the front of Skull here. He has half magic off a catfish that we might not see on Close's side. And he got that extra sword early from opting for that very creative Super Bunny play.
Yeah. Yeah, answer a question, chat. So the pearl was in on the shovel spot. We had to get the shovel in desert using the mitts, the flute, and the mirror to flute to Mire area and then mirror onto Desert Ledge to get into desert itself. And those kind of early gotchas for newer runners.
And to boot, the two gloves, one is in Agina, one is in Waterfall Fairy.
Yeah. Yes. There we go. Very nice moth fight for Close2Spectacular. Using those hammer strats on the moth.
Yeah, very impressive.
Yeah, could have very easily gone wrong having only the regular magic to work with, but very timely hammer hits getting.
I mean, it also looked like he got a couple hits in that seemed like they would be decent, but might have just gotten eaten by Moth's Fun Arena there.
Yep.
Did a very good job with spacing once he got past the fire rod section of the fight.
Alright, there you go. Moocow gets to skip Laser Bridge. We got that small key from Crystal Roller.
Yeah, Close has not seen the front here. The good thing is he's going to get his Cane of Samaria.
Yep, and he'll be in go mode. I think he does not also know it yet because he has not checked either TR or Meyer medallions. Moocow making their way through Dark Maze and TR, another dark room that seems like very intimidating from the outside, but when you know like the kind of inputs, precise inputs you have to make, it's actually a lot easier than it looks.
Yeah, that's a dark room that when I was starting off, I printed out the map or just copied it on computer and just drew the pathing, and you quickly realize that it is actually, as you noted, like surprisingly simple. But the dark aspect and the fact that if you make just one minor little input off, you can start going on tracks that get confusing. It can definitely be troublesome when you're starting out.
Mm-hmm.
So Close did pick up his Samaria, is heading back to Ice. It's Moocow. Easily takes out those first two heads of Trinex. Oh, good job closing that out. Didn't get the spin, but did a good job sticking with it.
Hey, nice fairy in the bottle too. Trinex.
Yeah, there's crystal number 7 on the board for Moocow. So he's going to be headed to GT.
Yep, and Close hitting the switch, turning on go moding this dungeon. Probably open chests along the way, hoping for a better sword. Do know where one is in Super Bunny. Do not know where the other one is.
Yeah, we did have a lot of numbers popping up in chat. If you have a favorite location, place you predict the GT bit key will be, we'll be going by Moocow's count here. 1 through 22. Let's hope room first.
Yep. Number 1 is 5 rupees. Beautiful. Hearts. No key. Hope room. Moving on to left side.
Well, that was pretty
And
easy.
hey, look. All right, just okay. Yep. Heads up. Remembering to get that pot key for climbing. And also a new player rite of passage. Getting a little too excited getting that pick yet, not remembering to get a pot key for going up and realizing when you go like, oh, I don't have enough keys to finish the climb. I think pretty much every player has done that at least once at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah, we did have one person guess 3. Congrats to Gorehug. You get a lifetime supply of amazing seeds like this, where you can use fun logic chains to get your pearl off of the shovel. So I hope that you enjoy those seeds. They're free.
Enjoy the shovel.
Yeah, we choose to play these seeds.
Fortunately, yeah. Oh, there you go. Close. Getting some pretty lucky magic drops. Luckily, they have Bombos as well to use. Crack open Pulsar Shell. Answer question chat. So, the Moon Pearl was on the shovel. You had to use the mitts, flute, and the mirror to mirror from Mire area into desert to get your shovel from the vanilla desert big key chest. That's where your pearl was.
Close here using a combination of Master Sword spins and hammer hits. Has to be careful though.
Yes. Even with Red Mail, these puffs hit hard.
Yeah. It's using the strat of sticking to the top to negate the ice falling.
Yeah, they still got some magic left. I would definitely think about using some fire rod shots.
Yeah, at this point, both of these last two should really only be like a couple fire rod shots away from death.
Yes.
Oh, one hammer hit for that one. Oh no!
Oh, shit.
That's a tough one for Close there. He's able to hang on those two hearts for a long time too. And Close thinking through the options. Yeah. These couple of trips here to ice have not worked out in his favor thus far, unfortunately.
Yeah, I definitely have a couple of bottles, getting some potions. Always an option.
Again, I feel like it's easy to get frustrated in this situation. Sometimes taking a pause for a moment to think through things too.
Yep. Collect yourself, yep.
Moocow, meanwhile, did a very nice job in the gauntlet. Again, making use of his resources. That half magic off a catfish has provided a lot of benefits in this seed too.
Yep. There we go. Get the small key from the. Looks like we're gonna see if we can get some cheeky silvers up here.
Yeah, just 21 rupees in those chests.
Yeah, I don't think you can buy silvers for 21 rupees.
Not in this economy. How about non-silver arrows? Get more of those.
Tell me more.
Throw them at Moldorm too.
Oh, there's a lot of things I like to throw at Moldorm too. And hey, nice vanilla.
That chest knows what
Also,
it did.
that bomb was instantaneous.
Well, for all the silliness we had in this seed, this is the only Aga fight we have to see, which is pretty good. That was close to potentially being a triple there. There we go. Alright, I got 2 down on Moocow's side. Gonna drop into the Ganon fight. Again, 14 hearts, half magic, tempered sword, red mail. Has at least 1 potion in the bottle. no lamp, which could make things a little more drawn out if we don't hit the torch glitch. Moocow, he's taking a couple cannon hugs. He did pick up that fairy in GT, though. Pod. Well then. No, that wasn't happening the way the seed worked out. Those silvers were not happening. Nice job hitting the torch glitch with the fire rod, though.
I think the close is coming back in. We kind of don't want to take any chances. Ooh, that was that came a little close.
Yeah, I would not have expected the bats to actually come out that quickly.
There,
again, it's down.
Yeah. Yep. Get your GGs in chat for Moocow1980. Just need to cross the bridge. And finishing in the official race time.gg time of 1:36.46, Moocow1980 winning the race today.
And shortly after that, Close did throw in the forfeit, but yeah, did a really good job in the seat of sticking it out through some tricky situations, bouncing back after some resource issues. The magic part here in the bombs and ice. Again, a lot of real positives that can be taken away from this race, I hope.
Yep. Yeah, even when you lose, and there's usually positives you can take from any sort of race. It's very rare that anyone just absolutely bombs literally everything they do. Always things you can learn, always things you can take away from most races. Especially when you're newer and still learning.
And for Moocow, this is his first win in the tournament too, so that's a nice thing here. Again, as we noted, Group N is pretty darn tough. Two very experienced players who are currently at the top of the standings in Brogor and Doomtap. So those are tough opponents for anybody in the community to play. But to come through here, pull out a nice win. Very nice for Moocow. And we will see if we can get one or both of the players in here for a post-match interview.
It looks like he was saying on the credits that the lamp was on one of the tablets.
Oh, was it?
Very fun. So it begs the question, where is this book? I mean, I'm never asking that question ever, but...
What did we not see?
I mean, there's a lot we didn't see.
There
people
is.
saying book on PED. Oh my god! Wow.
Oh,
So
what?
in a way, someone's suggestion that lamp was on PED, not that far off.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
That is that's a very funny lamp.
This is a high quality seed if you like absolutely ridiculous sequences for things.
Book on PED leading to lamp. Oh my goodness.
So the logic for this entire seed was just an absolutely tortured mess, if you have to go by it. If you're playing honest Cat's Boots.
No. So maybe getting Moocow in there, hopefully.
Yep.
See if we can get their thoughts on the seed. Yeah, we are joined in. We were joined in here. There we go. Now we're joined. Yes. The winner of today's race, Moocow1980. GG's to you, Moocow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
GG's.
That was definitely an interesting seed for me.
Yes.
I never gotten triples at the end like that, so that was some progress. I had never been able to beat Ganon without cape and not take any damage like that, so that was progress. I was actually pretty happy with the end of that seed.
Yeah, generally your execution was pretty solid throughout the run. There were a couple of close calls, but yeah, for the most part, I think you played pretty well. And yeah, you navigated away from the kind of the classic new random player gotchas and that Moon Pearl, having to go through Mire area to desert to get that stupid shovel.
I spent about 10 minutes sitting there going, I can't believe that's where that was. Because I was like, I started to second guess myself, like, did I skip something? Did I miss something? No, I've checked everything. I'm going through it. Where is this? And I couldn't believe that it was such an insane path to get it.
Yeah, it's definitely something that kind of trips up newer players. Like, how often are you going there without Moon Pearl? Like, you always think, okay, I'm going there to Moon Pearl, I'm going to check out Mire, I'm going to mirror, all that stuff. But like, you're not thinking about doing that without Moon Pearl, especially when you're starting out. You don't know, you haven't been through these things a million times, so not always the most intuitive thing. They got so it's like suddenly hits you like, oh, this is something I can do.
I knew that my options were dwindling, and I was just like, okay, it's going to be in a checkerboard cave. And it wasn't there. It's like, don't tell me I got to go through desert. And, well, I did. Other than that,
also, we saw in the race time room, you were asking about the lamp. Oh, there, boy, we have some things to tell you. So on PED, apparently we saw from your credits, is the book. And apparently the lamp is on one of those tablets.
wow. So the book was on the pad. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, apparently yes. Which is in logic because of that fire rod you have. The big key in Eastern was not lamp locked, and it is in logic to Armos Knights with that fire rod because of the torch in the Igor room. And you don't need lamp to beat either desert or thieves. So yeah, perfectly in logic. Beautiful, stupid logic for all that to happen.
Totally.
I just had enough knowledge of the dark rooms, and I was just thinking, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I have the fire rod. I can get to the hardest dark room of them all, which is the portal room. Able to get through Meyer, and I just kept going through. I was just like, I've
Yeah.
done dark rooms before, so my only
You handled them very well.
My only concern was getting off, because I just recently learned when to fire the fire rod to get the torch glitch. I know if I didn't get that, that was going to be interesting. And pretty much had to fight. I only burned that potion just because it's like, you know what, I'm feeling pretty good about this run. I'm not starting over. I just started the potion and then finished it off.
No, yeah, your dark room performances were really impressive. We both made note of it because again, it was Shin especially pointed out, right? You were in go mode depending on comfort without the lamp, but I mean taking out Darkmire, taking out the turtle room, cruising through Turtle Rock, and yeah, hitting that torch glitch at the very end with the fire rod, all really impressive.
And I know the standard fare for runners is they always feel behind, but you know, I'll be honest, I felt pretty good about the seed going through. Like there wasn't any moment where I sat there once I got the moon pearl, got that whole debacle out of the way. I felt pretty good about the seed. This is probably one of my most well-rounded performances and probably my second best. I actually PB'd in doing any casual boots in general. I had a $120, but I was going against Doom Tap. And of course, I had Brogor in my group too, so there I am 0-4. So that did not do me any favors in this, but you know, come back with another solid performance like that. I mean, I felt really, really good about it.
Yeah, all paid off with your first win. So imagine that's gotta feel really good too.
Yeah, if nothing else, you know, you never know what the sixth race is going to be, but at least I can say that I won one, and you know, I can go out on that note. Still pretty new to racing competitively. I just was in the mentor tournament, so I just got into this just to kind of test my skill and, you know, just trying to improve myself race by race.
No, I mean it was impressive. I definitely liked that inspired Super Bunny play early that netted you that sword. I found that very, very entertaining. So I was happy to see you pull that one out.
I figured, why not gamble? I was there. I had 2 checks. You know, you never know what you could pull up, and I was, you know, pulling some stuff interestingly anyway. So when I got that sword, I was like, well, that just made it worth it. And of course, shortly thereafter, everything was going to be back in logic. So it wasn't really that much of a find. But it was like at the time, I'm thinking, I might have busted something here a little bit, got me some extra weaponry.
Yeah, I also really liked checking the TR medallion when you're there too, just getting that extra bit of knowledge, that kind of saving yourself having to go back or mountain climb just to see if you're in go mode after.
Yeah, you know, that bunny walk too kind of helped out too when I had to go get the moon pearl, because I saw that it was Bombos at that time. I'm pretty sure I saw it was Bombos. If not, I got lucky. I don't remember at that point, but yeah, just kind of doing the you know, the bunny walking. That's probably the most bunny walking I've ever done in the sea, to be honest. It's just one of those seeds that, you know, gets rolled. Rando's going to do that to you sometimes, so At least I had the awareness to be able to fight through that instead of sit there and be like, what am I supposed to do?
Mhm.
But I can't
Yeah.
seed. I mean, it was a pretty good seed. It was pretty good to me. I never had any questions or issues or anything at all.
And your routing in particular worked out very well too, because you went hype up to Catfish, got that half magic that Close was probably not going to wind up picking up, and then checked the front of Skullwoods to pick up Samaria, which definitely was helpful once you got down south to the Ice Palace area after Swamp. So that stuff all tied in very well for you as well, and you made full use of it.
Kind of played the logic of you need a lamp to beat Pod. And I figured, well, if I go in now, why don't I just wait? Because I might get some other items that's just going to make this, a heck of a lot easier. So routing that way, and of course ended up getting the Fire Rod, which, I'd elected to go no lamp go mode, and it all worked out. So, couldn't have asked much better luck on the routing.
All right, so I think that's about to do it for this. Thank you again to Moocow and Close2Spectacular for allowing us to resume this race.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And thanks again to Arya for joining me on comms, and Fiery for tracking for us, doing all the hard work, allowing us to kind of talk about whatever we wanted and knowing we had the information available to us. So give everyone a follow if you liked what you saw today. And yeah, do you have any final thoughts for Arya before we head out?
Nope, great race. Just keep checking the schedule. More will be coming up. But yeah, it was awesome to come with you again, Shin, and looking forward to more in the future.
So yeah, just stick around the SpeedGaming family for more runs from the Casual Boost tournament and other games, and just have a great rest of your day, everyone.